St. Louis. A little razzle dazzle for y'all. Anywho, hey y'all, and welcome back to the Jump Off. Today, I want to take us into the unknown. Thought it was gonna sound a little bit better. Into the unknown. I'll leave it there because I can't really sing, and also I don't know the words to that song. I think that's from Frozen. Not sure. So we're just gonna scoot right ahead. But for real, today I want to talk about the fear and the uncomfortableness of the unknown in life. With everything else, we're perfectly fine with the unknown, or we push through it. Like, oh, this outfit, I don't necessarily feel comfortable in it, but I want to wear it, so I'm going to push through and go ahead and wear it. Or this date, I'm kind of nervous, I'm not as sure what's exactly going to happen, but I'm going to push through and still go on the date. But when it comes to life, we just like glitch out, and it's just like, stop the presses, shut it all down, we can't do it, and we freak out. That's where I am. So we finna talk about it, because I know everybody has had that kind of moment in life, and if you haven't, quit lying. So my question for everybody is, in life, in the last situation, or it might be your current situation, when you didn't know what was going to happen next in life, and there was this realm of black cloud of unknown, why were you afraid of it? Once you have that answer, my next task for us this week is to write down the top 5 best outcomes that could happen in this unknown state. I told y'all to turn y'all phones off on the set. That technique is something that I got from my trainer, Emily, who y'all met last week, off of her podcast, Work It Out, Sweat Therapy with Emily. I'll link that for y'all. She drops a lot of good gems. But take some time to really think out what are the best outcomes that could happen. Look at those and really marinate on why you think those things can't happen. Why do they seem so far-fetched? So it's been about 4 months now since my job and I parted ways with each other. Let me tell you, the roller coaster that I have gone on has been wild, because the separation and loss of the job wasn't planned. It happened very quickly, essentially in the blink of an eye. I wasn't prepared for it. So I was thrust into this realm of, what are we gonna do? What's happening? Part of me was like, okay, let's take some time to rest, because you literally were going at like 1,000 miles an hour. So after those few weeks I rested, then it was kind of like, hey, well, we'll get it together. Then those few weeks passed. Then it came into, okay, well, now I gotta look for a job. I have never not had a job, except for when I came out here the second time, but I knew that was gonna happen, so I planned for that, and I saved my money and then found a job. Boom. This is the first time that I have applied for jobs that I'm overqualified for, the ones that you're clearly not qualified for, just everything, but nothing is panning out. This has never happened to me before. And it's like, that anxiousness of, okay, well, why isn't this working out? I need money, to survive, but also like, how am I not getting a job? Especially when there's like plenty of jobs to go around. So I had to really stop, because the anxiety was like gnawing at me. And I said, you know what, maybe this is the time where I start my own stuff. And even talking with Emily and some people around me, like, okay, I want to put my all into my own thing. Like, now is the time. But in the back of my mind, I was like, okay, yeah, but I need a job to finance and fund my things. So we still gonna get a job. Nothing. Listen, having to tell your parents like, hey, these job things ain't working out, and living in like the most expensive city in the country, this not something that you just readily tell them. You trying to dance around the fact that, oh yeah, I don't have any food, but you can't say that outright. And they're like, you eating good? Because it's, you're looking like you ain't eating well. And it's like, oh, I'm trying to cut back, lose a little weight, which is true. But this dark cloud seems to always come when we're in these moments of, what am I going to do next? I have no plan, or the plan that I have is not working out. And we get very anxious, and we get very overwhelmed, and just sometimes depressed, and just like don't want to do it. We give up, and we get fearful, and there's just all these negative things with that. But why? In my time of searching, of being like, okay, why isn't this working out? Like, what's going on? I was like, you know what? I could literally rebrand my whole life and do whatever I want to do. Now, yeah, I don't have to, money is quickly leaving, but I could literally do whatever I want to do. And why is it that other things were okay with the unknown, but life, we can't handle that? Like when we go watch a new movie, we don't know what's going to happen, but we're okay with that. When we get on a roller coaster, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we get on the ride and, we find out. So why not be in the unknown and ride the ride and go on the journey, but be excited about it and embrace it? Now, yes, when I get on roller coasters, I am the one screaming at the top of my lungs, but I know it's going to be a ride, a journey, and then it's gonna end. These moments of, living and just kind of day to day going, it's definitely a journey, but we know the next thing is gonna come to an end because we've done it before and we came out on the other side. Who's to say we're not gonna come out on the other side this time? And so this go around with things not working out or plans not planning, I just really have surrendered to, for me, I do believe in God. So it's like, God, what you want to do? Because what I got, it ain't working. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. And really just leaning into, okay, well, this is the time that I have to focus on my stuff. And I've always wanted this time because during the pandemic, I was running a million miles, didn't take the time to do my stuff. And now I have the time. So now that I'm kind of leaning into that, it's like things are slightly taking off with that. And it's just like, hey, hold on, no, I still got to make money. I'm not disconnected from the fear and the concern of this unknown, but it's definitely a lot easier to manage now. I don't know where I'm going to get money to pay any of these bills from. Not at all. But I let go probably 2 months ago. But I let go of that strain of not knowing, because me stressing and worrying about it isn't going to produce any money. So I have to do something. What can I do? If this option isn't working out, what's the next best thing that I can do to, make something happen? Although I'm still, living on the pennies that I was able to save before, but are, depleting. I have found a lot more joy and comfort in, okay, whatever's going to work out is going to work out, and I'm going to take the next best step. And if that's it, that's it. Because at any moment, anything can change for us. Like, I really just had to sit and think, like, at any minute, we could get a life-changing call. At any minute, something could happen. A job could land in our lap. So who's to say that minute isn't in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, So embrace the unknown. While you're at it, embrace your victories. You're sitting there going down the black hole of, oh my gosh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't do this, I won't be able to do that. Look at the things that you have done that's gotten you here so far. I have to look back and be like, well, I've had this job, I've gotten the opportunity to work at this company or work at this, movie studio, and to be a part of these things. Like, celebrate yourself in that time too. There are times when we can get caught up in the negative, but wherever there's negative, there's positive, just like a battery. You gotta match the negative with the positive. Like, yeah, okay, I might not have any money, however, I'm able to find different ways to make money that I may not have thought of before. You just have to spin how you look at things. It's all about that perspective. And it's also a good time to let go of worrying. And I used to be the worry wart of the world. But I was reading a book and it said, meditation is just focused thinking. And worrying is a form of meditation. It's a negative form, but it's a form of meditation because you're focused on thinking about whatever it is that's causing you to worry. So whatever that could be, flip that. If it's money, then flip it into, okay, now I get to learn how to be resourceful. I do my hair, braid my hair and all these things. A lot of people are always like, oh, wow, you can do this and that. Because I didn't have the money to do it. So I had to get on YouTube. I had to Google stuff and just trial and error. Now I can save that. When I do get money, I can save that money because now I can do this myself. So it is all about the perspective. It took me a long time to kind of get to this, and I'm still learning. If you embrace the unknown, it does alleviate the stress, the worry. And it does come with growth and unlocks insight. Look at Frozen, the second movie. The one sister went out into the unknown, into the wilderness, which is where that song came from. And she flourished, I think. If she didn't, I'll edit this out at a later time. In the unknown is where you reach new heights and new depths that you didn't know that you could before because you've never gone there. That's something that we all are experiencing through each phase and each season of our life. So, from me to you, I send a hug if you are struggling and if you are in the unknown. I also send some calm, relaxing, easing vibes and whatever y'all call them, vibrations and spirits or whatever it is, that you are able to release. And even if just for a day, stop worrying and just enjoy the time that you get to spend with yourselves or those around you where you might have been bogged down with work. I give that to you, and I know it's gonna be okay. I know I say that, and last week I was down bad crying on the floor, but I had to go through that to understand where I've come from, what I'm going through, and where I think I may be going, because if I've already come this far and this is just where I am now, there's so much more that's gonna come, and I know the same for you. So I know we gonna make it. We gonna make it. So y'all have a great week, and I will see y'all back next week on The Jump Off.